Today's heavy downpours caused a lot of flooding across our area.
And that includes a neighborhood near Richmond Creek. The neighbors say floods far too often, causing damage to their homes. They asked our problem solver Matthew Fultz to get some answers about it. Matthew?
Well, Bill and Candace, those neighbors living along Dustin Street in South Richmond, say that every time it rains really hard, the creek across from their homes floods into their yard. And last year, this time, it sent their cars floating.
Water flows swiftly through this creek along Dunstan Street in South Richmond. But Friday, Reedy Creek caused problems.
It's absolutely very common for it to flood.
After heavy downpours,
Every time it rains, basically.
leaving neighbors fed up.
We had a terrible flood last summer where the water went all the way up across the street and across my lawn.
Victoria Maddox has lived on the street since 2016.
In that flood, I lost my car, and my basement had 1.5 feet of sewage in it. And the repercussions of that were very expensive and time-consuming to deal with.
Others in the neighborhood
See how the water just runs? It's running into my yard, see it? You see? And then the rest is going down there.
believe it's a drainage issue.
But there's only one, and it's at the corner where I'm going to right now.
It's shifting my foundation. And I showed you the pictures, and I showed you the video. So, you know, it's not nice.
Now they're hoping the city can do something.
So we called the city to complain and to ask them what they could do to make sure it didn't happen again. And I was told in no uncertain terms that it was an isolated weather event and that the city bore no responsibility for it.
Now, we reached out to the Richmond Department of Public Utilities about these concerns today. They sent us a statement that reads in part, a creek or stream within the city limits that floods due to the intensity of the rainfall is not the responsibility of the city of Richmond, as it does with the own creeks. However, they say they have some limited authority to clear streams and creeks of blockages for safety purposes and the improvement of the conveyance. Working for you tonight in Richmond, Matthew Fultz, CBS 6 News.